People hurt people, Evan.
Yeah, who's doubting that?
And you are hurt that your Miami Heat are in shambles. So I understand why you're just really driving it home to me today.
Give me a break. Okay, I'm not done with the setup
here. Go ahead, reset.
Yes, you have something too.
No, I'm just reviewing the power rankings here.
Oh God,
good list.
We did that already.
I'm just reviewing the power rankings. No,
Yeah.
I got to ask this question seriously, because Smalls said she had a little bit of angst around not including Jalen Brunson in the top 5 players remaining in the postseason, and I just wanted to see where you came down on.
No,
this.
I'm fine with that. He's amazing. He's amazing. But what is Boston going to do on defense? On offense, they're going to target him.
Oh, no doubt.
And so Jokic is a better defender than people realize. Ant is going to ask to guard Steph Curry. Tatum is going to always guard the best wing, along with Tatum's a great defender. SGA is going to ask to guard Jamal Murray. And Steph is a way better defender than people realize. Even though they still may target him, they may want Ant guarding him one-on-one. I'd rather Steph Curry defensively than Jalen Brunson, So I have no issue with that. Your number one player on the list won a Game 7 over the weekend against the Los Angeles Clippers. That is Jokic, 120-101. I want all sports here for a second when we ask this question. Is James Harden the worst big game performer of all time? Do you know that he's lost Game 7s with 4 different teams?
Oof.
He played 35 minutes, 2 of 8 from the floor, and had 7 points in a Game 7.
7.
Did he have a great regular season? Absolutely. Does he want to play basketball as much as possible? Yes. Like when you think of load management and his teammate Kawhi Leonard, you never think of James Harden. Is there a worse big game performer in all of sports in history with reps? I don't mean one guy or gal that had one bad game in a singular game. Is there a worse big game performer in history than James Harden?
He's in the conversation.
We can open it up to people at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. I hate to do this, but he's given us so much ammo that every single time this happens. Rockets, they once missed 27 straight threes in a game against the Warriors in the playoffs. He had countless bad moments. The Nets, obviously, they didn't perform well. The Sixers, he was awful down the stretch for them. And now we have this. Is there a worse big game performer in any sport ever than James Harden?
I'm picking Doc Rivers as a coach.
Oh.
Okay, but Doc Rivers has a title.
I was going to say he's a champion.
He's a champion. You can say that about Doc, and that's fine. But Doc can sit back and say, all right, so I stunk every year outside of the 1 year. I got the 1 year. I got 17 other jobs because of the 1 year.
Yeah.
And I have a big ring on my finger with tons of ice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of people that others may call in and throw on the table. Some people may say Lamar, but I don't even think Lamar and Harden can really be in the same convo.
No.
But I'm imagining current athletes that people would say amazing regular season, not the same in the playoffs.
Like Josh Allen hasn't won the big game, but retrospectively we look back and say he had great games in those games.
Lamar had that label on him.
Yeah.
And based on what happened in Buffalo, the couple of turnovers, maybe you might want to assign that to him still until he gets over the hump. I mean, Peyton Manning had that once upon a time before he got the championship against who was that? The Bears that he beat in the Super Bowl. So I mean,
but he won to.
I don't know, man. I mean, and the crazy thing is he's got a coach that's clutch.
Oh my God,
Lue was 4-0 in Game 7s up until Saturday.
And he had a healthy Kawhi.
And
he had a healthy Kawhi,
who had
who's also clutch.
Who's also clutch, and who had literally had the cadence of the season from a rest standpoint in order to be healthy for this very moment.
I mean, Kawhi won a title with 2 different teams, right? Like this Clippers era with Kawhi has not worked out, right? If you think about it, Kawhi Leonard, who had 22 points in this game, but Kawhi played 37 games this year, 5 years with the Clippers, over 57 games played, 1 time. Lost 3 straight times in the first round of this team. Is there a player in sports that you would look at historically and say they are less clutch than
Clayton
James
Kershaw
Harden?
is notoriously awful.
He is, but he won a World Series.
I was gonna say,
but wasn't he hurt during the World Series?
No, the first one. This was the second one, right?
Yeah. This was the second one.
But he won the first one.
The first one, but I guess he's saying because it was a COVID-shortened season.
Yeah, that is Mickey Mouse.
James Harden would sign up for that any day of the week.
Pat doesn't want to give him credit for that one.
Yeah, no,
888 say ESPN
has imploded in the playoffs.
888-729-3776. Adrian in St. Louis, listening on 101 ESPN. Maybe your hockey team, actually.
Oh, come on, stop it.
Adrian?
Hey, Evan, you're going to have to stop messing with St. Louis and stop talking about how Jaylen Brown had the way better NBA playoffs than Jason Tatum last year when
You're
Jason
kidding,
Tatum
right?
almost averaged a triple-double.
That's right, Adrian. Get him.
Jaylen Brown won Eastern Conference and Finals MVP.
Yeah,
Jason Tatum led in almost every statistical category. You could make the argument.
We're going to relitigate last year that Jaylen Brown wasn't better than Jason Tatum?
I stand with Adrian is all I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
Man, if Jaylen Brown doesn't hit that 3 to force overtime in Game 1 against the Pacers, I don't know that they get to the NBA Finals.
Jaylen Brown was amazing.
Did we forget that play?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown was unbelievable.
Jaylen Brown was incredible.
Adrian, go ahead, though, on Harden.
James Harden, yes, the guy just needs to give up. He can play in the regular season, but when the playoffs comes, he needs to pretend to be injured.
Well, the problem
I
is
think he does.
the problem is that he wasn't aggressive on Saturday night. He was trying to distribute the basketball. He never looked for a shot. I mean, he had only 8 field goal attempts. I mean, we're talking about another game with James Harden in a big spot where he has as many turnovers as he does made field goals. That's not going to get it done. They need him to be the second best scorer on that team. And when you have a bad shooting night, coupled with Norm Powell having an off night, it wasn't going to happen for the Clippers. But again, it starts with James Harden. When he doesn't play with confidence, I think that impacts everybody else on the offensive end, not named Kawhi Leonard, and the Clippers can't afford for that to be the case.
Jeff in Wisconsin, listening on the ESPN app. Is there a player historically less clutch than James Harden?
I don't know about less clutch. Good morning, y'all. But the first name that came to my mind was Clayton Kershaw. I told Nuno I don't have the splits in front of me, but his regular season ERA and postseason ERA, the split is it's almost hard to believe. And I thought of one more while I was on hold, and it should have been more obvious. Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is terrible.
that is a very interesting one, and thank you for the phone call. I don't want to say that Aaron Judge is James Harden level, because James Harden. God, I forgot the Thunder. I didn't even bring that up with the Thunder. He was actually pretty good with the Thunder in the playoffs, but he did get to the finals with the Thunder. But Aaron Judge is, what do you want to say, one postseason away from being below his averages for us to really go crazy on this.
Yeah.
It's not that far away. It's not an absurd answer.
Aaron Judge is
It's not an absurd answer.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We're en route to that? Is that a better way of saying it?
He's on his way.
He's on his way to Harden.
He's on his way.
We're on Sports Life, presented by
Hardenville.
Progressive Insurance.
People hurt people, Evan.
Yeah, who's doubting that?
And you are hurt that your Miami Heat are in shambles. So I understand why you're just really driving it home to me today.
Give me a break. Okay, I'm not done with the setup
Go ahead,
here.
reset.
Yes? You have something too?
No, I'm just reviewing the power rankings here.
Good
Oh,
list.
God.
Good list.
We did that already.
I'm just reviewing the power rankings. No,
Yeah.
I got to ask this question seriously because Smalls said she had a little bit of angst around not including Jalen Brunson in the top 5 players remaining in the postseason. And I just wanted to see where you came down on
No,
this.
I'm fine with that. He's amazing. He's amazing. But what is Boston going to do on defense? On offense? They're going to target him.
Oh, no doubt.
And so Jokic is a better defender than people realize. Ant is going to ask to guard Steph Curry. Tatum is going to always guard the best wing, along with Tatum's a great defender. SGA is going to ask to guard Jamal Murray. And Steph is a way better defender than people realize. Even though they still may target him, they may want Ant guarding him one-on-one.